Hey guys, today I'm talking about procrastination. I think it's something that plagues us all, and we've all to some degree dealt with it, procrastination. And so, what is procrastination, right? Like, what exactly is procrastination? By definition, it's simply the delay or postponing of something, right? And here's the question I ask, postponing of what, right? God knows what. What are you trying to delay? One of the reasons why we spend a lot of time procrastinating because there's too many questions that are unanswered, right? There's too many unknowns, so we procrastinate and we put off till tomorrow. I love this quote. It says that procrastination is opportunity's assassination. And I'll say it again. Procrastination is opportunity's assassination. I mean, that's what you're really doing, right? You're just going after yesterday. You're really not accomplishing anything. It's a surefire way to self-sabotage and to have a mediocre life, right? I don't know too many people that say, hey, I just want to exist day to day and, hopefully just make it. Just make it, right? I know that there's people that are passionate, but sometimes they just don't know what to do or they feel overwhelmed. And it's better off feeling like you're going to do something later to feel like you've accomplished something when you really are not going anywhere. So how do we overcome procrastination, right? Like, number one is we have to just decide. Just commit. Commit to say that I'm going to make a change today for the better. Commit that I'm going to do something. Right? I was always taught that action creates action, right? You don't just do nothing and then expect something to happen. So you have to commit to do something is number one. Number two, you got to plan. You got to come up with a plan. You got to strategize. If there's a lot of unknowns or answers that have or questions that have yet to be answered, then seek the advice of an expert. Right? Ask somebody about something that you don't know so that big mysterious cloud becomes more known and it starts to dissipate and the picture becomes clear. Number three, when in regards to training, find a training partner, right? Find an accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable. Because when we're stuck in our own thinking and our own thoughts, everything we say sounds great, right? Until you tell it to someone else and they express to you that you're crazy, right? That you're just full of excuses, right? The definition for excuse. It's a tool that incompetent men and women use to build monuments of nothingness, right? So an excuse leads to nowhere. That's exactly what it is, just an excuse. Number four, get help. Like I actually talked about earlier, is find help, right? If you find that you're procrastinating on something, maybe find help. Quit trying to figure out things for yourself. In humility, go seek advice, right? The idea of a coach came from training horses, right? To get them to where they're not to where they want to be. So find a coach, right? Work with me, talk to me, or find another coach in a different field, wherever it is, get help, right? And when you get help, it begins to, that person can take you further than where you could have gone by yourself. Number five, write down your goals. And I can't express this enough. Write down your goals so that you take these strands of thought that are just kind of everywhere, right, in your mind, and you actually put it to pen and paper. It means you have to organize your thoughts, right? And when you start to organize your thoughts, you start to see how achievable these thoughts and actions can be, right? These goals and dreams can happen. And then one thing I love in regards to training is get the low-hanging fruit. Right? You don't have to conquer Rome in a day. You don't have to run a marathon in a day. What I want you to think about is the minimum amount that you could do, right? Start with the minimum amount so that you can build, and you build a foundation. Don't think you have to go and run 30 miles or 10 miles in a day. Start with the minimum amount so that you can build and you build momentum, right? There's a great book called The Slight Edge that talks about that flywheel just continuing to go, but it takes a lot of effort up front. And the more and more you start to crank that wheel, boom, you have a snowball. You have this momentum that's just built up. And the same thing in regards to anything you want to achieve in life. So think about that in regards, guys. And hey, these are just a couple things that I recommend to overcome procrastination. And then also you got to reward yourself. This is a bonus, right? Like, why are you doing what you want to do, right? What is the goal with your fitness and your training? Why? right? Ask yourself these questions and write them down, right? And then reward yourself. And what that could look like is, hey, after I finish these workouts for a week or a month, I buy myself a brand new suit, right? I got the measurements down. 10 pounds less, right? I got the measurements if I had lost 10 pounds. So that's my goal, right? I have clients that love fitting into a black dress, the ladies, and that's their thing. You know, I ask them to put up on the wall so they can see what the black dress looks like. And they get passionate every single time they wake up in the morning or they go to bed at nighttime. They see that black dress on the wall. But that's something that ignites a fire inside of them to go after and to not procrastinate. Because when you start thinking about those excuses and you see that image of why and your reward, it becomes greater and you're able to do more, right? Because your why has become more clear to you. Hey guys, hopefully I inspired you for today. Those are just a couple ways to overcome procrastination and just do it. Commit, just decide.